Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about diffusion. Today, we will take up osmosis. This osmosis, it is a special case of diffusion. We have seen in diffusion involves the movement of solids, liquids, or gases from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. In this osmosis, it is a special case of diffusion. This osmosis is a special case of diffusion which involves or where the solvent or water molecules diffuse from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration through a differentially permeable or semi-permeable membrane. And what we can say, this osmosis it is a special type of diffusion, and it is a special type of diffusion which involves the movement of or diffusion of only solvent or water molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane, or differentially permeable membrane. The solvent, since we see the solvent in all the biological systems is water. The only solvent in all the biological systems, in all the living things, especially the plants, that is water. So we can say, thus, in other words, we can say osmosis is the diffusion of water. Osmosis is the diffusion of water through a semi-permeable membrane. And a membrane, semi-permeable membrane, means a membrane which allows only solvent molecules or water molecules to pass through it. In all the biological systems, especially the plants, the only solvent molecule is water. So we can say osmosis is the diffusion of water through a semi-permeable membrane. And the plant is a multiphasic system, so we will not find pure water anywhere in the plant. So we can say this osmosis is also defined as movement of water across a semi-permeable membrane from a weak solution to a strong solution. So in plants, water moves from a weak solution to a strong solution. So osmosis can also be defined as the movement of water across a semi-permeable membrane from a weak solution to a strong solution. Weak solution means a less concentrated solution, and strong solution means a more concentrated solution. And a solution in which the concentration of solutes is less, that solution is called a weak solution. And a solution in which the solutes are in higher amounts, higher quantities, that is known as a strong solution. any the solution which is more concentrated, that means in this solution the these solutes are more, and that solution we call a strong solution. This osmosis is also defined as the movement of water across a semi-permeable membrane or through a semi-permeable membrane from a weak solution to a strong solution. And on the basis of chemical potential, and we will take another aspect, that is chemical potential. On the basis of this chemical potential or water potential, okay, this chemical potential, it is also known as water potential. Osmosis is defined as the movement of water from the region of higher chemical potential to a region of lower chemical potential. Chemical potential here means it represents the free energy of water molecules, that is kinetic energy of water molecules in a solution. And this chemical or water potential, it is the difference between the free energy of pure water and the free energy of water in its solution, So we can say this osmosis also defined as the movement of water from a region of their higher chemical potential, that is higher free energy, to a region of their lower chemical potential through a semi-permeable membrane or through a differentially permeable membrane. These are the different definitions of osmosis. First, we have simply defined it. It is a special case of diffusion which involves the movement of water or solvent molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. And since in all the biological systems, especially the plants, the only solvent molecule is water, so we can say it is the osmosis is defined as the diffusion of water through a semi-permeable membrane from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. And in plants we have no pure water, but the water is in the form of a solution. So we can say this water osmosis is also defined as the movement of water across a semi-permeable membrane from a weak solution or from a less concentrated solution to a strong solution, that means more concentrated solution. And in terms of chemical potential or water potential, osmosis can also be defined as the movement of water from a region of higher chemical potential or water potential to a region of lower chemical potential through a differentially permeable membrane. Now, types of osmosis. And we have seen the definition of osmosis. Now we will take up the types of osmosis. We have two types of osmosis. One is known as end osmosis, and second is the exosmosis, end osmosis. When a plant cell is placed in a dilute solution, when we place a plant cell in pure water or in dilute solution, or we can say in weak solution, in a less concentrated solution than the cell sap, what happens? Water enters into the cell. And when we place a plant cell into a dilute solution, pure water, weak solution or less concentrated solution than the cell sap, what happens to the water? Water enters into the cell. This entry of water into the cell, this is called endosmosis. When water enters into the soil from the external solution, from a dilute solution or from pure water, it is called endosmosis. For example, if we will put raisins into if we place resins are placed in water, we will place resins into the water. What will happen? These resins, they will swell up. They will swell up due to endosmosis, due to entry of water into it. This process is called endosmosis. This is called endosmosis. Number second thing, exosmosis. And when a cell is placed in a more concentrated solution or in a strong solution, what happens to the cell? Cell loses water. Water moves out of the cell. Water moves out of the cell. This, when water moves out of the cell shrinks. It shrinks. This process of movement of water out of the cell, that is called as exosmosis. That is called exosmosis. And when a cell is placed in more concentrated solution than the cell sap, or in a strong solution, what will move out of the cell, which will result in the shrinking of the cell, this is called as the exosmosis. For example, when grapes are placed in a concentrated salt or sugar solution. Concentrated salt or sugar solution. Ilis dachpeltau concentrated salt and sugar solutions. What will happen? They will lose water. They will lose water. Water will move out of this and will shrink due to exosmosis. This type of osmosis in which water moves out of the cell, this is called exosmosis. This is called exosmosis. Now another aspect of this we will take up, that is osmotic concentration. Osmotic concentration of solution. On the basis of osmotic concentration of the solutions, we have three types of solutions. Number first is hypertonic solution. Number second is hypotonic solution. And number third is isotonic solution. And on the basis of osmotic concentration of solution, we have three types of solutions: hypertonic solution, hypotonic solution, and isotonic solution. A solution having higher concentration than that of the cell sap or another solution is called hypertonic solution. And a solution having more concentration than that of the cell sap or another solution, it is called hypertonic solution. What we can say, a more concentrated solution than the cell sap, a strong concentrated solution than the cell sap, that is called as the hypertonic solution. And whenever a cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, water moves out of the cell, that is exosmosis takes place. When a cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, exosmosis takes place. Exosmosis takes place. Due to this exosmosis, the cell volume shrinks and undergoes plasmolysis. If this shrinking continues, it will undergo plasmolysis. Plasmolysis, due to withdrawal of water from it. Due to withdrawal of the water from it. And simply what we can say, a solution having higher concentration than that of another solution or than that of the cell sap is called hypertonic solution. And when a plant cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, water will move out of the cell, that is exosmosis takes place. And due to this exosmosis, the cell volume will shrink, which results in the plasmolysis of the cell due to the withdrawal of water from it. Now, hypotonic solution. A solution having lower concentration than other solution, having lower concentration than that of the cell sap, is called a hypotonic solution. And a weak solution, a solution which is having less concentration than that of another solution or cell sap, it is called hypotonic solution. And whenever a cell is placed in a hypotonic solution, water enters into the cell. Water enters into the cell. Water enters into the cell. And due to this entry of water into the cell, the swelling of the cell takes place. Swelling of the cell takes place, and it allows the water to move into the cell, due to which the cell swells up and becomes turgid. And when a cell is placed in a hypotonic solution, in a less concentrated solution, in a dilute solution, what happens to it is called this dilute solution or less concentrated solution, then the cell sap is called hypotonic solution. And when a cell is placed in a hypotonic solution, water enters into the cell. That entry of water into the cell is called endosmosis. Then this endosmosis results in swelling up the cell volume, and due to this swelling of the cell volume, the cell becomes turgid. And when a cell is placed in a hypertonic solution, cell undergoes plasmolysis, and when a cell is placed in a hypotonic solution, cell becomes turgid. Now the third solution, isotonic solution. A solution having same osmotic concentration than that of the another solution or cell sap is called isotonic solution. And having similar osmotic concentration to that of the cell sap or another solution, that is called isotonic solution. Any similar osmotic concentration. And when a cell is placed in an isotonic solution, nothing happens. Neither endosmosis takes place nor exosmosis takes place. That is, neither it gains water nor it loses water. Neither cell enters into the cell, nor cell moves out of the cell. But cell remains normal. It remains in its normal position, in its original position. In its original position, that means no change takes place. No change takes place in the cell, but the cell remains what we call as flaccid. The cell remains flaccid. This type of solution having similar concentration of osmotic concentration to the state of the cell sap or another solution, that is called isotonic solution. And when a cell is placed in an isotonic solution, no change takes place. Neither water moves into the cell nor water moves out of the cell. That's neither cell gains water nor it loses water. So cell regains its normal shape and size and structure. Such a cell is called as flaccid. It remains flaccid, and such a solution is called isotonic solution. This is all about osmosis, and this is all for today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.